Hi to you all. This is Ruxandra. I am a co-founder of Babele, and I'm going to talk to you about traction today. This is our fourth session of the Investment Readiness program. So let me share my screen. Here you go. So what is actually traction? Traction shows that you have a proof of concept. It shows that there is an initial progress of your startup and that there is momentum to grow and to have a real business behind it. So you have this famous image of the hockey stick, and you can see there is a first moment that is called tinkering. That is might take a lot of time. Is the moment before you're actually launching your idea, and it's an initial stage. Then you have these blade years. It's interesting that they call it years, so it can take a lot of time. It's the moment where you have the problem solution fit. So you're really there. It might be very fast, or it might take a lot of time to really solve a problem for your potential client. Then you have the moment that is called the growth inflection point, and that's actually the moment when you start to have product market fit and you start to have paying customers and you start feeling that you're going somewhere. And then the moment that everybody's talking about and everybody's looking forward to it is the surging growth, the famous scaling moment. And that's when you not only have your market, not only have your clients, but you're actually really growing. So how do you arrive there? And how do you measure that? So it actually depends where you are in the previous steps that I have shown you. At the very beginning, you want to measure actually traffic. Do people know about your solution? Then do they come in and do they register to your website or to the service that you're proposing? And then if they register, are they using it? Are they active? For example, or actively engaging with your solution? And if they are actively engaging with it, how much do they do it? Just a little bit more? Would they recommend it to others? Are they super happy about it? Would they be paying? So that's one when you're also looking at, like, do you have revenues? And then if you have revenues, are you profitable with that? So there are many different things and aspects that you want to measure. And it really depends also on the level where you are. Are you at the problem solution fit? Are you at the product market fit? Are you at the scaling moment? And there is a very famous framework that was invented by David McClure, and he is calling it the AARRR Pirate framework, or the Pirate metrics. And this framework stands for acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. And it shows like a funnel. At the very beginning, you just want to make sure that you're able to acquire potential customer. So how, the question that you want to answer and that you want to measure through that is, how do customers find you? Then once it is, are they active? So activation. How quickly can you get your customer to do the aha moment? Yeah, and I want to use it, or I want to have this service. And then the retention. How many of your customers are you retaining? And that's important because you want to make sure that you have recurring revenues. It's not just one shot. And then do they make referrals? So the referral. Can you turn your customers into your advocates? And this question is essential because how do you get from product market fit to scaling? It's a question of marketing and your capacity of acquiring new customers, and also your capacity of having your current customers recommending it to others. And finally, revenues. Do you have revenues? Are you profitable? Can you increase the revenues? And this is a very useful framework. It's called innovation accounting, if you have heard about it, and you want to share some of these indicators in your presentations for the investors, depending on where you are in the hockey stick curve. In order to have traction, you must have a clear understanding of the market opportunity. So how big is the market? What is the market size? What are the growth characteristics of the market, and also of your own company? And what's the segmentation? And then you have to look also about who your competitors are, and you have to be honest about it. What are the differences between your competitors? Do you have an unfair advantage, or your unique selling proposition, something that makes you different compared to the other competitors? That's a very classical question that investors usually ask. And finally, have you tested your go-to-market strategy? So the way you're going to sell your product, including how much it will cost you to build that sales engine, because you need to show that you are able to go into the hockey stick. Finally, investors also want to know if you thought about your marketing strategy through, if you have tested it, if you can scale your strategy, if you're ready to sell your product, like really be also the salesperson, and do customers want your product or your service? And beyond the metrics, another important aspect in the traction is to look really what makes your business bulletproof. And we are mentioning here also, for example, everything related to intellectual property, like do you have patents, or have you applied for patents? Have you trademarks? Have you copyright? Do you have agreements and partnerships and licensing and other special technology assets? Or even like a person that has a unique competence that maybe your competitors can't? Because all these aspects also may have a huge role in your capacity to have traction afterward. Okay, so that's what we wanted to share with you regarding traction. We are looking forward for you completing your assignment and seeing you for the next session next week.